So when it comes to the Switch Pro, everyone keeps talking about all these rumors and leaks and analyst predictions, but I just want to go ahead and take it a step further, and I'm just going to go ahead and predict what this thing's going to look like and what it's going to come with. What's up, guys? Thank you so much for stopping in. As always, please leave a like on this video and make sure you subscribe. And let's just go ahead and get into this nonsense. Okay, so this is going to be a quick video, but I do want to start by saying, just so we make sure that everyone is on the same page, this is all nothing but speculation. Clearly, I have no idea what a Switch Pro is going to look like, what it's going to come with, when it's going to come out, or if it even exists at all. But just remember, if this does come true, you heard it here first. Okay, so let's start out with all the stuff that we know from the rumors or leaks or reports or whatever you want to call them. For the sake of this video, we're just gonna lump all those things together in the things we know category. And that's really only two things. One, it's going to have a better CPU, and two, it's gonna have a magnesium alloy body. So the rest of what I'm gonna say in this video is based off of those two things and really just how I think a Switch Pro would work best. Okay, let's start off with the Switch Pro portable unit itself. Now, as we've already said, it's gonna have a magnesium alloy body. So this thing's gonna be way stronger than the regular Switch being made of plastic. So I feel like being stronger, you're definitely gonna be able to get this thing a little bit thinner without having to worry about it bending or breaking or anything like that. So the first thing we are going to put on our Switch Pro list of things that are definitely going to happen is the Switch Pro will be thinner. Okay, so the next two things I'm just going to put on the list at the same time because we've heard both of them 1,000 times and I don't want to take up a ton of time in this video talking about things we already know. Nintendo is buying screens from Sharp. At this point, it's pretty clear that those screens are for the Switch Pro. So we're going to add to the list a bigger screen, obviously, and we are also going to add 1080p resolution. And honestly, I've got to say, with what we do know, just knowing that they're using the displays that they're using and that they're making the body out of a metal, I think it's safe to say this is clearly a premium model. So 1080p resolution and a bigger screen should honestly just be a given. Okay, this one I wanted to add just because, you know, why not? We're going crazy here. Let's just add it all. I think it's possible that not only will the Switch Pro have a bigger screen, more power, and be thinner, but it might also have better battery life than the current Switch. If not better battery life, I would be totally fine with the same battery life as the Switch revision. That one really does last a long time. Okay, so that's all the pretty safe stuff out of the way. Here is where I think I'm gonna lose some of you, but just stick with me. I promise this will all make sense in the end. Okay, are you ready? So the biggest question everyone raises when you talk about a Switch Pro being bigger than the regular Switch is how are the Joy Cons going to fit on? And that is a very interesting question. There are a few answers that I've heard. One is keeping the same size of the current Switch, just taking out the bezel so the screen is bigger. And two is actually making a bigger Joy-Con or a Pro-Con, but I honestly don't think either of these are the case. In my opinion, are you ready? I think the Switch Pro will be one piece, just like the Switch Lite. No Joy-Cons, nothing detachable. And no, I don't think it's gonna have a kickstand either. So hear me out on this. The current Switch model is geared towards multiplayer or couch co-op. I don't necessarily want to say families, but I guess I am kind of saying it's geared towards families as well. But the multiplayer experience is clearly what Nintendo is going for with this Switch. Now, the people who are going to be buying a Switch Pro model are a completely different group of people. I don't think it's a stretch to say that the people who would be interested in something like that really don't care if you can take a Joy-Con off and hand it to your friend to play. And at the same time, you know, you don't need a Switch Pro to sit on your couch with your family and play Mario Party. I just really think these two things are going to be aimed at two completely different sets of people. So I think the Switch Pro will have no detachable Joy-Cons. Now, if you're still with me at this point, let me know in the comments below, because I'm sure I lost some people with that. But let's continue. Okay, so even without the detachable Joi Cons, I still think this is going to be a dockable system. I don't think it will go in the current dock. I think we're gonna get a brand new, completely redesigned dock that might actually end up looking more like a home console. I do think this dock is going to output to the TV in 4K. And actually, now that I think about it, the 4K thing was something we should have added to the things we already know list. So we'll put that in that category as well. I know early in the Switch's life, Nintendo said that they weren't really worried about 4K. But at this point, I think things have changed. I think 4K is way closer to the standard at this point than it was a few years ago when the Switch was released. Now, you're probably asking yourself, if this thing ships with a dock, has no detachable Joi Cons, how are you gonna play this thing out of the box? And now you're all gonna kill me, because this system will come with a Nintendo Switch Pro controller. I know it kind of sounds crazy and that Nintendo might not want to do that, but if you really think about it, it makes a lot of sense. Not only is a one-piece Nintendo Switch Pro going to be stronger, but I really think including a full controller really gives it that home console experience. You know what I mean? And I know there's been some talk out there of this being possibly a home console only and not having any type of handheld play. But honestly, with what we've seen and what we've heard about these displays from Sharp, I think we can pretty much throw that out the window at this point. We may end up getting something like that at some point, but I don't think that's what's coming next. And when we do get that, I don't think it's going to be in the Switch family. Okay, guys, I want to know in the comments below how wrong you think I am. I definitely want to hear your opinions on this. And if you think there's any truth to this at all, make sure you share this with a friend who might care. Because if this has any truth to it at all, I want everybody to know I was right. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for this one. Thank you so much for stopping in. Please leave a like on this video, make sure you subscribe, and please share this video, and we will see you in the next one.